Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. Why do I have a big smile on my face? You shall see. This is a Pokemon sales data video. Right now we have a Shining Magikarp, first edition. It was raw. It looked very, very good. My grade would have been an 8 for it, and it sold for $570. Now, I didn't add it on the list, but there is a Blaine's Arcanine first edition. Front looked flawless. Like, the front looked perfect. The centering might have been a little bit thick at the bottom, a little bit too small at the top, too thin at the top. So the front would have gotten like a 10, maybe 9.5 as it went to BGS. The back, tiny bit of whitening. For the most part, I think it should have gotten a 9, but on the top right corner, a little bit of a crease. And that probably would have gotten it down to like a PSA 7, maybe a 6. PSA is very, very harsh with creases, in my opinion. Now, with that, it was a raw copy, and was like $60 was the first bid, and you could really only tell the crease in one of the photos, and you had to look closely at it. I don't know what somebody purchased for that, but it's just something that I think it sold. I think it sold for like maybe $70. I did do some purchases today too. I'll get that for a minute. I just wanted to say, like, people are buying raw copies because they think that, and maybe rightfully so, that the raw copies that they get might be able to, when they send it off to PSA and they get it back like 8 months later, it'll be worth more. Which is probably correct. We had a Blaine's Charizard first edition PSA 8, sold for $1,700. Blaine's Charizard first edition PSA 8, $1,700. The 9's been selling for close to $3K, so this kind of I would expect it to get to like, yeah, all right, I guess it makes sense. The 9 is probably going to keep on moving. The 10 will, I think the cheapest 10 out there right now is $7,000. I think that's undervalued, in my opinion. Eevee from the Jungle Set first edition PSA 10, so for $520. We had a 2019 Worlds promo staff stamp, PSA 9, so for $500. Pinsir first edition PSA 9, so for $229. What if we never get Worlds promos again? What if COVID never ends? I'm joking, it'll end. Then we have a Magneton from the Fossil Set first edition PSA 9, sold for $150. A Shining Charizard first edition PSA 9, sold for $7,059. Honestly, I think that's a little low. If the other ones are getting 15, 16K for the 10, 9 should be at 7.5, maybe 8. But, oh my God. It was just like 2 months ago, the 10s were getting 7,500. $8,000. Like, so this is absolutely ridiculous. Wigglytuff first edition PSA 9, sold for $385. Vileplume first edition PSA 9, sold for $178. Clefable first edition PSA 9, sold for $314. Haunter first edition PSA 9, sold for $265. Dragonite. All right, so this Dragonite's first edition PSA 9 had one picture of the front, which is really weird because Probstein 321 123, whatever that guy is, that auction house is usually very good, in my experience, about posting pics and answering questions. And so I'm not sure why they only put one pic, but top 4 bids were $1,350, $1,400. Okay. Then and this is for PSA 9. Top 2 bids for $2,101 and $2,126. Record price point by a long shot for these 9s. Gym Challenge pack, Sabrina artwork, and it was graded. It was a first edition PSA 9. So it was a Gym Challenge pack. It was first edition. Sabrina artwork. It was graded PSA 9. 9 by PSA, so for $335. Unsure if it's weighed or not. Then we have another Sabrina artwork pack, which was weighed at 20.97 grams. And pretty much anything over 21 grams, they're almost guaranteed a hollow. But you do have a chance of anything 20.8 grams and above. You do have a chance of getting a hollow. Now, it's a little bit more certain that you get one after 21 grams, but 20.8, you can get one from there. I bought it for $295, $314 after taxes and fees and all that. And then there was a Lugia's. So Lugia, I'm going to mention right now, there is a first edition PSA 9 on auction right now. It's got less than 2 days left. The current bid is $4,000. 4 bidders have already bid $3,650 and above. So between $3,650 and $4,000, and it's like 1 day and like 15 hours left at this point. That will be incredible. I'm very, very excited for that. I think it'll get $4,500. So that being said, I looked at that and looked at a couple of other things. There's not a lot of Lugia first editions, not even just PSA 9s, first editions in general that are graded on eBay right now. So I saw one listing, had a first edition PSA 6 and a first edition PSA 7. And it was for like $1,300. Wasn't our best offer, it was just $1,300. So I'm like, okay. Let's say the 9 doesn't go any higher. Let's say it's at $4,000. And the 8 gets half of that, $2,000. 7 should be about $1,000. And the 6 should be maybe about like $500-$600. So even if it was at $500, okay. Score. I'm already up $200 because I bought it. $1,412 after taxes, so that's what I had to pay. But I think the Lugia, because Lugia, there's only 41 PSA 10 copies. There's not a lot of those. Like, I don't see them go on sale. They happen privately. I do not see them go on sale. And the 10, like, this sold for like $45,000 last one. So yeah, one of the most popular cards in the Neo Genesis set. Extraordinarily hard to grade. Not as hard as, let's say, like, you know, a T17 or like a Meganium number 10 or Feraligatr number 5, but still one of the most popular cards in the hobby, or in that set, very, very hard to grade. And who knows, out of 41 10s, if they're all really 10s. Some of them might be just really soft, weak 10s. Should be 9s. Now, there's 341 9s. I don't know how many of those are actual 9s, how many were like regraded, you know, how many of them they actually are. But there's not a lot of these. And very few people can pay 5 figures, like multiple 5-figure numbers for that 10. So the 9 would be their best bet. Like, okay, 4-figure item, $4 or $5 grand. Yeah, you know, it's doable. They don't want to pay that. Even if you don't want to pay $1,000 for this card, first edition, you're gonna have to buy a 6 or 7. Like that's just what you're gonna have to buy. Because the Lugias are going on a freaking tear right now. Charizards and Lugia, if you have them, do not sell. Do not sell, that is my advice. Giovanni's Nidoking, first edition PSA 10, sold for $550. Erica's Dragonair, first edition PSA 9, sold for $243. Misty's Golduck, first edition PSA 9. I had an offer for like $375. I listed my $500 the best offer. Got an offer for $375. I countered with $450. They're going, okay, I'll go 10% off. That person declined. And I think that person bought this card, because this card was Mrs. Golduck first edition PSA 9 was listed at like $300. It was gone in a couple hours. I think that person bought this card. I don't think you're going to get that again, in my opinion. Kabutops first edition PSA 9 sold. I'm sorry, for Kabutops first edition PSA 10 sold for $1,434 and $20 shipping. 2 years ago, you can get this for $100. This is incredible. We have a Blaine Gym Challenge pack. It was Blaine artwork. It was first edition, and it sold for $430 plus $9 shipping. Now this had and it was also weighed at 21 grams, so it's pretty much a guaranteed hollow. I was gonna buy it. I did not, because I already bought fucking $1,600 worth of Pokemon cards today. And I didn't buy this because it was a UK auction as well. I was like, all right, let the not Ukrainians, let the Londoners have it, because, you know, it's very hard. Like, for US auctions, it's hard for them to buy because they have to pay a huge import fee. So I was like, all right, UK auctions, I'll give it to them. Now, that was it for the data, but it was brought to my attention today that PWCC auction starts in 2 days. Do you want to know what is in this PWCC auction? Sorry, I glitched out for a second. All right, so not only is there a Trophy Kangaskhan in here, but bless me, the Trophy Kangaskhan is a PSA 10. Remember when we got gypped on like a couple auctions ago, that Trophy Kangaskhan PSA 10? And because the video of it showed like a really bad crease in the video on the card, well, this one has been around for a while. It's got a certain number of 2. I'm very excited. I might sell some Tesla for this. Now, outside of that, there's a couple of University Magikarps. Unicarps, as they're called. Both of them are PSA 10. Sorry, I just get so excited with these. You want to know how many first edition Charizards there are? There's a PSA 2, another PSA 2, PSA 4, a PSA 5, a PSA 6, 3 PSA 7s, and PSA 9. So that's 9 first edition Charizards, ranging from 2 to 9. A couple of BGSs as well. There's a 7, 3 8.5s, a 9, another 9, a 9.5, and another 9.5. So there's 8 BGS 9s, 2 of which are 9.5s. Or 8 BGS cards, 9 PSA cards. This is probably the most expensive PWCC auction in history. Then we have 3 Fossil first edition boxes. And we have, so this is the thing, like, yes, people have money to burn. How much of this will not get bought because this is all on one auction? This is several $100,000. Probably 3, so probably the whole auction block is going to be well over $1 million. Trophy Kangaskhan by itself, I bet we'll get 100,000. The Unicarps will get another 100,000, not each, but total. The Zards will get 9.5. I don't know what to gauge 9.5 at. If 180 is the going rate for a first edition PSA 10, or maybe $90,000 for the 9.5s. I don't know. I don't know. Then we also have, outside of that, Blaine's Arcanine first edition PSA 10, 2 Misty's Gyarados first edition PSA 10s, 2 Rocket's Mewtwo's first edition PSA 10s, a Sabrina's Alakazam, and a BGS 9 Lugia. So excited for this PWCC auction. Guys, I love you. I'll talk to you all later. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Meow.